Hello everyone, I'm Alex, welcome back to another video. So guys, today I'm gonna review Spider-Man No Way Home. This video will indeed include spoilers for the movie. I will talk about surprises that were in the movie that I really liked. Let's talk about No Way Home, which is probably the biggest movie right now. All my thoughts, I really liked the movie. I really liked how this movie was more emotional. It had a bunch of jokes in more of the first hour of the movie, but there's a certain scene where the movie takes a complete turn and becomes something else. So the movie begins right where Far From Home left off, where we see Peter Parker's identity being revealed. From that point, we see what is happening with Peter's life. And that's where we get the amazing cameo by Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock in the MCU. And this is a pretty good scene because uh, and that he's supposed to be the lawyer of Peter Parker. So um, we might actually see Spider-Man and Daredevil crossover in the future. Also appeared last week in the fifth episode of Hawkeye. Uh, the sixth episode of Hawkeye in the season finale will release this week. So we better get at least a new look at the Kingpin from the MCU. Let's talk about the villains a bit. So I will go into each villain and talk some stuff that's different, some things that are equal, and generally my thoughts about the characters. So let's begin with Dr. Otto Octavius, or Dr. Octopus. I really like the character. That bridge fight scene that was marketed a lot was pretty cool. Um, I like that they I don't know, made another chip for his neck following the continuity of Spider-Man 2, which was pretty cool. So this is basically showing that the directors took their time to do the research on these characters to know what to put in the movie, and that's pretty cool. That also goes to the Green Goblin, which I will talk about later in the video. Doctor Octopus was a really good villain in my opinion. Like at like at half of the movie before the movie took the turn, um, he kind of became a hero because of the chip for his neck. Because now the arms are in control of no, because Otto is now in control of the arms, so that's very cool. So Otto was pretty cool in the movie, and I really like him. Electro. We got Jamie Foxx back as Electro in a more and now a more comic accurate version of the character. I like that now he wasn't blue like in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really like the blue version, but I will take what we got in No Way Home every day. We also got the classic mask from the comics, which was shown like in two scenes, a really brief. Um, Honestly, I really like him. He was there, no, to I I liked his motives in the movie. Like he wanted the arc reactor from Tony Stark's machine that was in Happy's house. Um, because if you guys watch the Spider-Man 2, he's always been this type of dork and like weak person that always wanted power. So I think that mixes up the continuity of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. And honestly, he looks really different now. He has a fade and a goatee compared to the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So that's pretty cool. Let's talk about Sandman and the Lizard. Those two characters, I think, were just there for some comedic relief and some fan service. But honestly, I really liked that we had Lizard and Sandman. Sandman was a more darker, I think. Only he didn't want to hurt Peter. He just wanted to go home uh, to see his daughter, which was sick in Spider-Man 3. So I think Flint Marko wasn't really the best choice for the movie. But I think he could have had more screen time. Now for the Lizard. Lizard was just there more for comic relief. There was a scene uh, where Electro was explaining Dr. Connors, or the Lizard, and what his plan was in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, where he just wanted to turn everyone in New York City from their universe into lizards. And he talked about how Electro got a makeover, and he told them that he can give Electro a better makeover, and is into a lizard. So I gotta say, lizard. I, I think he would be better if he had more screen time, and I think it would be cool we had more of like a Jurassic Park scene in the movie, like with Ned and MJ, I don't know, escaping the lizard, like classic scene from Jurassic Park, where the two kids are escaping from a velociraptor, I think. Now on to the main villain of the movie, which is Norman Osborn, played by Willem Dafoe. Um, I think after watching No Way Home, I think he's definitely one of my favorite Marvel villains. Willem Dafoe is like one of the greatest actors in our time. One of the scenes that really show that is in the turning point of the movie where we got this amazing spider sense scene in Happy's house, and where the camera followed Peter Parker around until he noticed something with Norman, and then like that turning point where Willem Dafoe, Willem Dafoe turned from Goblin from Norman to Goblin was honestly pretty cool. And following that scene in the fight that he had against Peter, like Peter was holding him with his uh, legs, punching the heck out of him, and Norman Osborn was straight up just laughing. He's an insane actor, and I really like him. And honestly, there was no need for a mask because Willem Dafoe's acting expressions were really just the mask, like the Goblin. But at least we got a few looks at the mask, which were probably all CG, but I'm mad about it because it looked pretty cool. So now let's get on to the breaking points. Breaking points, like the most mind-blowing scenes in the movie about Ned, like Peter Parker's best friend. Um, in this movie, he got the sling ring, I think is the name of it, from Doctor Strange, which makes him create portals. And one of the biggest things in Doctor Strange was him learning how to use the magic. But like Ned learned it instantly. Like he just had the ring thing and then just created portals out of nowhere. But I'm not even mad about it because he created two portals, and those led to Andrew Garfield, aka the werewolf, and Tobey Maguire. So we had a live action Spider Verse, and I'm pretty sure uh, uh, if we're gonna have more interviews about with Andrew Garfield, those will be a lot of fun. I would honestly love to see that darker version of Andrew Garfield's Spider Man, and most of the movie, not like most, like he explained how he would never be able to forgive himself for not catching Gwen and the death scene. So he kind of had a redemption arc where he saved MJ. And about Tobey Maguire, uh, I think his redemption point was catching the glider before Tom Holland's Peter killed Norman Osborn. Something that he didn't do in the first Spider-Man, where he just sort of just let the glider no stab Green Goblin, but this time he saved them. Now let's get into a bit of Tom Holland. I think this is probably the best movie he's ever been in, like in terms of acting, because after this movie, he's honestly he's a great actor, especially after spoilers alert, Gwen and May's death scene, um, which was pretty sad. I shed a tear in the cinema, but just now after the movie, we kind of realized what the full plan of this trilogy was. We thought that Peter was already Spider-Man, but this was more of an origin of Peter to more become the Spider-Man we know and love from the comics. He now that Tony Stark is dead, he no longer has a reliance on Stark Tech, so he will have to make his own no technology, which was something we kind of saw in Civil War. And this new suit that he made by himself is probably one of the best live action Spider-Man suits we will ever see. Uh, I don't know, in a movie. Uh, honestly, my favorite suit is still the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, which we kind of saw. We saw that suit, but practically in the movie, which looked pretty cool. And I think one of the biggest lessons that Peter Parker learned in this movie is that uh, he doesn't need anybody else to be Spider-Man. Um, One of the things that were in the movie, but it was Peter Parker not wanting to help his villains. Before May's death, he just wanted to put the villains in their back into their Earths, so they could get killed, I guess. But before May's death, she told him that great words that with great power comes great responsibility. But I think it's kind of cool that Toby, Andrew, and Tom are variant versions of the Spider-Man character. I think it's cool that Aunt May was kind of the Uncle Ben of Tom Holland's Peter, where they all got told a different version of the "we great power comes with responsibility" phrase, but in a different way. So that was pretty cool. And they all told that kind of phrase in the night they were killed.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
He believed that if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice, responsibility.
No, Peter, you listen to me. You have a gift. You have power. And with great power, there must also come great responsibility.
So, yeah, I think Spider-Man No Way Home is honestly one of the greatest movies of the year. Honestly, one of my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. And I will definitely do a ranking for this movie. So, to Spider-Man No Way Home, I will give a 9.5 out of 10. Great movie. The pacing was kind of slow, but I loved it. So, thank you guys for my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment below what you guys think of Spider-Man No Way Home. If you guys loved it, if you guys hated it, tell me what you guys like and hated down in the comments. So I'm Renil. Peace out. Take care.